Have you ever wondered how much of our communication is nonverbal? Picture this, two people sitting at a cafe, not uttering a single word, yet communicating volumes. This is the power of body language, the unspoken dialogue that shapes our daily interactions. Body language, or nonverbal communication, is a complex system of silent signals that we all use, often without even realizing it. Our bodies are constantly talking, even when our mouths are silent. From the way we stand, the gestures we make, to the subtle changes in our facial expressions, all of these are part of this intricate, silent dialogue. They are the unspoken words that form a significant part of our daily interactions. You see, the way we move, the way we position ourselves, and the expressions we wear on our faces can give away much more than we might think. They can provide clues to our innermost feelings, our intentions, and our unexpressed thoughts. A frown, a smile, a shift in posture, these are all languages of their own. Consider this. Studies have shown that our words account for only 7% of the message we communicate. The remaining 93% is conveyed through our body language and tone of voice. That's right, 93%. This means that our bodies often speak louder and more accurately than our words. It's fascinating, isn't it? How a simple gesture can say so much. A crossed arm could indicate defensiveness, a genuine smile could express joy or approval. Averted eyes could hint at discomfort or deception. Mastering the art of body language can provide us with a deeper understanding of the world around us. It's like cracking a secret code, a code that unlocks a new layer of understanding in our interactions with others. So, next time you're in a conversation, pay closer attention to the unspoken language. Notice the subtle shifts, the silent messages. You might be surprised at what you discover. Imagine the power that lies in understanding this unspoken language. Let's take a look at politicians, masters of body language manipulation. When it comes to the art of communication, politicians are the professionals in the arena. They know that their words carry weight, but they also understand that how they present themselves non-verbally can significantly shape public perception. Consider a political debate stage. Each candidate is not just presenting their policies and viewpoints, but they are also selling their personality, their confidence, their authority. Watch closely and you'll see how subtly they use gestures to emphasize key points. A decisive hand, chop here, a pointed finger there. Each movement is purposefully designed to underscore their message. Take, for instance, the classic thumb-forefinger pinch, often referred to as the politician's pinch. This gesture is a favorite among political figures as it strikes a balance between aggression and passivity. It's assertive, but not overly so. It displays authority, but with a touch of finesse. But gestures are just one aspect of a politician's body language. How they hold themselves, their posture, plays an equally crucial role. A straight back and lifted chest communicate confidence. A slight lean forward when listening shows engagement and respect. Even the way they position themselves when standing or sitting, open or closed, can convey approachability or power. Then there's the art of mirroring, subtly copying another person's body language to establish rapport and trust. Politicians often use this technique during one-on-one interactions. By reflecting the other person's movements, they can create a sense of similarity and connection, which can be particularly effective in building trust and gaining support. And let's not forget the power of facial expressions. A well-timed smile, a furrowed brow, or a nod can speak volumes. These small, often subconscious cues can resonate with the audience on an emotional level, reinforcing the spoken message in a profound way. So the next time you watch a political debate or a speech, pay attention to more than just the words. Look at the gestures, the posture, the facial expressions. You'll find a whole other conversation happening there, a silent dialogue of nonverbal communication. So even in politics, actions do speak louder than words. Now consider how body language impacts our personal relationships. Imagine a couple, let's call them Jane and John. They have been together for 2 years, and their relationship has seen its share of ups and downs, just like any other. But did you know that their body language can paint a vivid picture of their emotional state beyond what words express? In moments of love and connection, Jane and John lean in towards each other, their bodies mirroring one another, a dance of synchronicity unfolding. Their eyes lock, creating an invisible thread of intimacy. This is the body language of love, an unspoken declaration of their bond. Jane's gentle touch on John's arm, John's soft smile. These are non-verbal cues that whisper, "I care for you." But what happens when anger creeps in? John's arms cross defensively over his chest, a silent fortress erected. Jane's eyes avert, a clear withdrawal from the battlefield. Their bodies stiffen, movements become abrupt, a stark contrast to the fluidity of their happier times. These nonverbal cues can speak volumes about their state of discord, often louder than any heated words. And then there's indifference, the quietest, yet perhaps the most telling of all. You see, when Jane and John sit miles apart on the same couch, absorbed in their own worlds, their body language is subtly screaming, "We're disconnected." The absence of touch, the lack of eye contact, the space between them, all hint at an emotional chasm that's far wider than the physical distance. Body language, this silent symphony of movements and expressions, tells us so much about Jane and John's relationship. It's a real-time barometer of their feelings for each other. It reveals emotions that may be hidden, ignored, or left unsaid. It's the unedited, raw, and honest narrative of their love story in all its shades. Clearly, body language plays a crucial role in our closest relationships. It's the wordless dialogue that happens in the spaces where words fail or fear to tread, a dialogue that can deepen understanding, foster empathy, and ultimately shape the course of our personal relationships. So how can you become more adept at reading body language? Understanding body language, the subtle dance of nonverbal cues, is akin to learning a new language. It's a skill that can be developed with time and practice. Let's delve into a few key tips that can help you interpret this silent language more accurately. Firstly, consider facial expressions. They are the windows to our emotions. A smile may indicate happiness, a frown can suggest discomfort, while raised eyebrows might express surprise. However, remember that these expressions aren't universal. Cultural differences can greatly influence how emotions are displayed on the face. Next, observe the gestures. These are often unconscious, yet they can reveal a lot about a person's thoughts and feelings. For instance, crossed arms might indicate defensiveness, while open palms suggest openness and honesty. But again, context is key. A person might simply cross their arms because they're feeling cold. Thirdly, pay attention to postures. The way a person stands or sits can tell you a lot about their attitude and state of mind. Someone leaning in during a conversation might be interested and engaged, while leaning back could suggest disinterest or detachment. However, while these cues can provide valuable insights, it's crucial to remember one thing: context is king. Body language doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's influenced by the situation, the relationship between the people involved, and a myriad of other factors. So before jumping to conclusions based on a single gesture or expression, consider the bigger picture. And lastly, practice makes perfect. Start by observing people in different settings, at work, in public spaces, or even on television. As you pay closer attention, you'll start to notice patterns and correlations, gradually getting better at reading these nonverbal cues. With these tips in mind, you're well on your way to becoming more adept at understanding body language. Remember, it's not about becoming a human lie detector, but rather about enhancing your communication skills, empathy, and understanding of people around you. With practice, you too can become fluent in this non-verbal language. So, what have we learned about the power of body language? We've journeyed through a fascinating exploration of this silent yet incredibly potent form of communication. Let's take a moment to summarize our key findings. Firstly, we delved into the unspoken language of body movements. We learned that our bodies can speak volumes even when our lips are sealed. A simple gesture, a subtle shift in posture, or even the direction of our gaze can convey a wealth of information. Nonverbal cues are an integral part of human communication, often revealing what words cannot. We also studied the intriguing world of politics, where body language holds a significant sway. Politicians employ a variety of nonverbal techniques to project confidence, establish rapport, and persuade their audiences. From power poses to controlled hand gestures, the body language of politicians is a calculated effort to influence and connect. Our exploration then led us to the realm of personal relationships. Here, body language serves as a barometer of emotions and intentions. It can signal attraction, comfort, or discomfort, often before a single word is uttered. Nonverbal cues in relationships are essential for understanding each other's feelings and fostering deeper connections. Lastly, we equipped ourselves with some essential tips on reading body language. We've learned to look beyond the obvious and to consider the context. We've discovered that clusters of nonverbal cues are more reliable indicators of someone's state of mind than isolated gestures. In summary, body language is a powerful tool that shapes our interactions. It's a silent orchestra harmonizing our spoken words and often singing its own tune. It's a global language, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers. Remember, the next time you're communicating, your body language is speaking volumes, so listen closely and you might just hear what's being said. It's a fascinating conversation if we only take the time to listen with our eyes.